Greetings and salutations. Second Star right back with some more Raid Shadow Legends, and it is the second anniversary extravaganza at Plarium Land. So here in Solaria, there's a bunch of events happening where you can get shards of champions that you might have missed out on, which is cool because I never got that Burgoth. I missed some event somewhere and I was 10 shards short, so I was able to make up for that, and I got a dude that I don't know how often I'll use, but from a collector's standpoint, I was happy to get him. And some really good gifts that they've been doling out. Some nice shards, some gold, energy. They've been good to us, relatively speaking. For as much as we put up with, thank you, Plarium, for at least acknowledging that the second anniversary of this game is a momentous occasion, and that we're happy to share it with you. Okay. So onward and upward, it is a really weird summons weekend where for a day they have sacreds, a day they have voids, and a day they have ancients that are double summons chance for epics and legendaries, which is kind of cool. I guess the color of the portal will be shifting and changing as it progresses. And see, I only have 4 hours left on my sacreds, and since I had a good store of them, I figured I'd pull them, but I don't really want to pull 11. It's like a weird number. It's prime. I don't trust those prime numbers, right? They're not very cooperative. So maybe I'll just pull 10. I don't know. Let's just wing it. Let's see how we do. How we do everything. Everything in life is I just wing it until it works out. Just keep going, and eventually things work out in your favor, or you die. And this is a bit off topic, but talking of just winging things, I have an eyebrow hair, an eyebrow that's like 1.5 inches long, keeps out of control, and it's jabbing me. Here it is. It's jabbing me in the eye, and I can't, tuck it back up. I don't know if anyone has ever had this problem. I'm not a groomer, right? So I don't know what to do. But I feel like Morgan Freeman in Dreamcatcher, when he had the crazy eyebrows. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling very late-stage Morgan Freeman right now with my eyebrow that's not cooperating. These are, I don't know what kind of stage of life problem that is, but I don't like it. And I want it to stop. But let's sally forth with some summons instead. Sorry for the tangent, but it's really irritating. Okay, Sacred Shards. Let's do it. I have plenty of space. I've been making food like a maniac, so let's just go. And let's see what the Sacred Shards has for us today. Let's go. And it's purple, and it is Horden. Horden, of course, famous for Plarium selling it in the States anyway for $50. One weekend, and then they sold it again for like 40. So I don't know what happened there, but that's the story behind Horden. He's not a bad champion, but he really relies on buffs, and it's kind of hard to make him work, especially in arena where people are removing buffs all the time, and Horden's usefulness kind of goes out the window when faced with any buff removing ability. Or buff blockage, whatever. So that unfortunately limits his usage, but other than that, he would have been kind of cool because he does have an extra attack on kill, which is great. Attacks enemy twice, grants an extra turn if the target is killed. It's awesome, when you're farming and he's super buff, and you just keep killing one target after the next, and it's just Horden attacking over and over again. I do that I got Septimus on my alt account a while ago, and he does the same thing, where he gets an extra attack, and he's my farmer, and it's just hilarious watching him just obliterate one target after another with single attacks. It's great. So that's Horden. If you make him work great, odds are there's gonna be problems. All right, moving on. Okay, another purple, and this is Ariel. She's good. She's not a bad champion. She does some things well. Since it's a sacred, I'm going to actually talk about her. Okay, attacks an enemy with 20% chance of placing a decreased accuracy debuff for 2 turns. We all know how I feel about accuracy. It has limited usage as far as I'm concerned, but it is what it is. Heals all allies by 20% of their max hit points, and if you ascend it, also places a reflect damage on them for 2 turns. And reflect damage, as we all know, is good in Fire Knight. Used to be good on Clan Boss. I don't know how good it is anymore. But it can be on a 3-turn cooldown, so that's not so bad. So if that's all you have for Fire Knight, you can make it work. Okay, Blinding Flashes are A3 that attacks all enemies. 50% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. 100% chance the attack is critical. Builder for crit, you always have the decrease attack on all your enemies for 2 turns, and you have that on a 5-turn cooldown, which is okay. It's okay. Magic speed and all, magic ally speed and all batters by 21%. Again, not the world's greatest champion, but the attack down is nice if that's all you got for attack down. Moving on, we have more purple, and it is someone I don't have. Hey, look at that, Pestilence. Oh, and I got my Summon 3 Champions quest done as a bonus. Okay, so Pestilence is really cool looking, man. I didn't go over all the new champions. I know sometimes I do. Like, I remember I made a 40-minute video once just going through each champion's skills. But I have not done that in a while because who wants to listen to someone talk for 40 minutes? But, and Lord knows I can do it. I can talk for hours about anything. Just don't get me started. Okay, so Pestilence is a Night Revenant support. 76 reviews so far. What do they think of him? All right. Oh, 5 in Faction Wars, 5 in Dragon's Lair. Look at it. He's really highly rated. All right. So let's see what Pestilence does. Oh, he's really cool looking. Okay. Attacks twice at random. 30% chance of placing a leech for 2 turns. Leech on an A1 is always good. Always good. 30%. You can get that up to. Oh, I have to do math. 35. 40, 50% chance on an A1. That's not bad. Not bad at all for an epic. Attacks an enemy, 50% chance of placing HP burn for 2 turns, and then heals all allies by 15% of their max hit points if the HP burn debuff is placed. Heals the turn meters of all allies by 15% if the HP burn debuff is not placed. Okay, so como sa. There's some good, and there's some good happens if something good happens, and something good happens if something bad happens. I can dig it. Alright, and then at the 3rd Ascension, it unlocks another skill called Battle Weirding. Oh, he has the weirding way, like Dune, right? Like the Kwisatz Haderach of Dune. I have the weirding way. Okay, let my nerd flag fly again. That's okay. Okay, please, a 50% increase accuracy debuff and a 30% increase crit damage buff on allies for 2 turns. I'm a huge fan of crit damage. A lot of people say that attack is better overall than crit damage, but I think that's only up to a certain point. I think attack overcomes crit damage when it's really high, but if you're like just heading to end game, I think around like 5,000 attack, if you're below 5,000 attack, having the increased crit damage gives more immediate benefits. I know I've said that last video I made, but it's a point worth repeating, is that in my testing, crit damage is still good under 5,000 attack, but again, math is going to be involved, so your mileage may vary, but stacking crit damage for me works better under 5,000 attack. Okay, so that's good. So increased accuracy can be good if you're a buff heavy team, and increasing crit damage is always a good thing. And you can get this on a 3-turn cooldown. That's amazing. Yes, that's a good champion. I'm pleased with that pull. All right, good. Okay, so where are we at? Okay, 8 left. Okay, so let's go. Oh, and we have some gold, and we have a duplicate. Ignatius is awesome. I mean, let's not make any kind of mistakes here. Ignatius is amazing. You put him in Spider 20, and it's over. I mean, he's changed how I play that dungeon. He can basically do it. And I'm not gonna say by himself, but he is by far the main contributor. He does like 90% of the damage in Spider, the way I have it set up. It's pretty impressive. So cool. I'm glad that I got a legendary. It is unfortunately a duplicate. So come on, Plarium, let's have that duplicate replacement benefit that you have spoken about for a year now. All right, moving on. Okay, and we have Cagebreaker. Not a great champion. Even he has a double up with Towering Titan, but it's not super great. Let's go over it real quick. We won't spend too much time on it. But since no one really uses Cagebreaker, maybe you forgot what he does. So attacks enemy, 40% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. It's good to have the big version of decreased defense on an A1. You can actually get that up to 55%, which is interesting. 4 times at random, each hit has a 40% chance of placing a sleep. Not a big fan of sleep, but if he's slow and you have in your sleep giver is like towards the end of the fight, then you have the chance of the opposite team missing their turn, which is a good thing. Okay, attacks all enemies, decreases each target's max HP by 50% of the damage inflicted. Okay, so I guess that could have increased use now in Doom Tower, I guess, and an extra turn if that kills an enemy. So I can see where it could potentially have some use now that skill is a bit more in demand. So go Cagebreaker. I still probably won't build him, but it is what it is. All right, come on. Let's see if we can get something new. Come on, guys. I said something new, not something crappy. Jeez, that's not the words that I said. Galikit is a bomb champion, and he's unfortunately not a very good one. You look at his skill set, and you think he's going to be good, and he just isn't. Attacks enemy twice, 24% chance of placing his decreased defense for 2 turns. Again, we just talked about how it's good to have defense down A1, but unfortunately, the rest of his skill set is kind of meh. Attacks all enemies 1 by 1 in random order. And the damage inflicted decreases by 25% after each hit. Why? Why do that? It's not like the first hit is gigantic and it scales down to a normal hit. No, it's just a normal hit that gets worse. I don't know why that's a thing. Attacks all enemies, places a bomb that detonates after 2 turns. Okay, I talked out my ass a little bit on the A2. I don't know how big the damage modifier is on the eyebrow. How big the damage modifier is on his A2, but I built him, and I built a bomb squad using him, and it was immensely disappointing. So that is my takeaway and why I am bagging on this champion a lot. Attacks all enemies, places a bomb that detonates after 2 turns. It's great. I mean, I like the idea of bombs. I like things that ignore defense, but they don't crit, so issues. 24% crit rate in dungeons is great, but you're not going to use this guy because he sucks. All right, let's go. All right, more purple, and it is Deathless. Deathless has her uses. I've seen some devastating arena teams using Deathless. Her key here is that when allies are dead, she becomes stronger. Attacks enemy 70% placing a decreased defense buff for 2 turns if 1 or more allies are dead. 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns if 2 or more allies are dead, and a 50% decreased accuracy debuff for 2 turns if 3 or more allies are dead. And the damage is proportional to defense. So she's a defense-based champion. She can do all these different things depending on if your teammates are dead. It's kind of a weird thing to want to happen, but it does have its uses. It really does. 30% reflect damage buff from this champion for 2 turns. Then attacks an enemy. 80% chance to place a provoke for 1 turn. So you're provoking them into your reflecting damage, which is kind of cool. And here is the coup de grace, I guess, although it's called Grim Revenge. This is the skill. The Ascended attacks all enemies. Attack will always be critical if there are 2 or more dead allies, and the damage increases according to the number of dead allies. And that cooldown can go down to 5 turns, and the damage can be impressive. It can be impressive. I have had my entire team, a pretty strong team with a pretty strong shield set, decimated by a team of 2 Deathlesses. So good stuff. All right. So again, I don't know if it's worth building the champion, but like I said, sometimes if you want a gimmick, it's a good gimmick. Oh, heck, we got more, and it is Blood Gorge. Almost Nethril. It's almost Nethril. We were close. It was like that. I have a Blood Gorged. There are a lot of legendary champions out there, and I got duplicates on both of the ones that I drew. How does this happen, right? But Blood Gorge is better than he used to be. He has been buffed, and I like Blood Gorged. I don't know if people have paid attention to him since his buff, but he's good now. He has a decreased defense on his A1, like we've been talking about ad nauseum during this this draw, because all these champions have happened to have it on their A1, but big decreased defense down on A1 is a good thing. Then he also has this cool skill, and they put one of each target skills on cooldown on all enemies, so they all lose a skill. It puts on cooldown, which is really cool. That is a really useful skill, and you get it on a 3-turn cooldown can wreak havoc on someone's strategy, right? So an undervalued skill there. Attacks an enemy will ignore defense, so really strong, and they can't revive when you ascend it. So come on, eyebrow. So and you can get the cooldown down to 4 turns. A booked Blood Gorge with decent gear is an impressive Blood Gorged. Okay, so just keep that in mind if the only legendary that you have is Blood Gorged, and you're like, oh, that sucks. Well, it's not actually that bad, right? It could be worse. Okay. All right, and Fenex. I love this guy. I mean, just look at him. Just look at him. Is there any champion in Raid that is more self-assured than Fenex? This guy, he's got stories. Like, I don't know if I'm like super concerned with going into a fight with him, but at the bar, can you imagine? He's the best guy to hang out with. I mean, obviously. I mean, he's got some stories to tell. Okay, Ascended, extra hit. The target has any debuffs. And enemies killed by the skill can't be revived. So what we have here is a block revive, which is super useful. Block buffs and block cooldown skills. That is another really good skill to have. And decreased defense and decreased speed for 2 turns. So his A3 is like which is supposed to be like the best skill, is I think very much second fiddle to his A1 and A2. That's my personal philosophy on Fenex. I like his A1. I like his A2. He also has some utility with Talia. I think he teams up with Talia to make Fenex stronger. I don't remember what the skill is, but it just makes him better if you're playing with Talia. All right, let's do at least one more, and we'll see what happens. I'm a little bit disappointed that my legendaries are duplicates, but no! Stop giving me Rainbeast with my sacred shards. Why would you do this to me? Oh, so out of my last 17, 18 sacred shards, let's say 17 sacred shards, I've gotten 3 Rainbeasts. That seems excessive. That seems like an excessive amount of Rainbeasts to have spawn out of sacred shards. That's my opinion. So now I have to pull this last one. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to stay at 10. But now I have to go to 11 because it's a Rainbeast. All right. So who thinks that it's going to be a Rainbeast? Who thinks that my 11th shard, the prime shard, is going to be a Rainbeast? Let's see. Or let's think of the shitty champion. Woad Painted. Well, someone talked. I made a video on Woad Painted. Someone talked up saying, "Hey, I have Woad Painted. She's great. She's helping me through the campaign," which is awesome. I love hearing that stuff. It's gonna be a crappy champion. It's gonna be crappy, but I'm doing it anyway. Damn the torpedoes! Full speed ahead. In my 8th Senesha. Well, this is a problem that you have when you have a lot of champions. You know, you get duplicates over and over again. She pairs well with Skullcrown, keeps Skullcrown, resurrects Skullcrown when Skullcrown dies. Has attacks on enemies A1 that has an extra hit when they're less than 50% hit points. She puts skills on cooldown for 1 target and heals the lowest ally by 25%. It's great. Equalizes hit points of all allies, which this also works. Last I checked, and I keep saying this, so someone correct me if I'm totally wrong, but when you have a block heals, it still works. It still equalizes, even if the heal block. I remember seeing it on Ice Golem, and I was like, hey, the heal thing works, but that was before I was making videos, so I just kind of filed it away and never really checked it again. That's the way I remember it. I should probably stop talking. In case I'm wrong. But I don't mind being wrong. It's okay. If you're wrong, I'll just say, hey, when I said that thing last time, don't listen to me. All right, so that's it, man. That's it. I have 13 Void Shards, so I might pull my Void Shards tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. I hate Void Shards, and they always make me miserable. Almost always. I did have one good pull a couple months ago. So that's okay. That's okay. Actually, didn't I get a legendary? I thought I got a legendary last time from a Void Shard, didn't I? Oh yeah, I got Soulless. Yeah. All right, we're good. I'm good with Void Shards now. But I probably shouldn't pull any because make a video of it anyway because my mercy system's up. I'm doing a lot of thinking out loud, aren't I? All right, I should probably stop recording now. Guys, thank you. I appreciate it. Comment down below how your summons went with your sacred shards. I always like hearing about people's adventures or misadventures as they may be with what they've got. Please subscribe if you want to see more, and put a like on there if you enjoyed it because that helps. Guys, thank you so much for bearing with me. I'm feeling especially loquacious this evening for whatever reason. I think it might have something to do with iced tea from Long Island. That's a possibility. Guys, again, thank you so much. And I will find my OBS and I will stop recording. Guys, take care. See you next time. Bye.